How's it going, and welcome back to another video. So something that you guys may or may not have noticed in my more recent videos is that there is a light right here that I've been using to kind of add a little bit of backlight. It's kind of particular, kind of a nuance, but I think it does add a little depth to the image. And that is the light that we're going to be talking about today. This here is the Falcon Eyes Saber 2 stick light. It kind of looks like a stick. That's what I'm going to call it. It's got a few different features and a little bit of functionality that can make it useful in several different situations, and today we're going to take a look at a few of those, at least how I use it, and maybe some ideas on how you guys can use it too. First thing about it is that it does have adjustable brightness, so you really crank this thing up and use it as a primary light if you want to. We'll take a look at that in a minute as well. So you can turn it all the way down to fairly dim, which I use it on the first or second setting there. And that's done with a little dial on the back that's got between 15 and 20 brightness settings. Another thing is that it's got different color temperatures. It's got this really orange, which is 3200. Then it goes up to 5000, 5600, and then 8000 is the bluest setting. With my application, I either use the bluest setting or the orangest setting, just to add a little bit of variety to the lighting in these videos. And something else that's nice is that it has got a 1/4-20 mount on the bottom of it, so you can put any kind of tripod mount or an included handle onto the bottom of it, and you can mount it to a tripod, hold it with a handle, stick it on a boom, do anything you want with the light. And it's just got universal 1/4-20 mounts, and it's got 3 of them on both sides. And the reason it's got 3 of them is because it comes with these little brackets here, which screw into one of the offset holes, and you can mount several of these lights together to kind of have a series, and you can run them all at the same time as a big single light. Speaking of single light, let's see how this thing does as the sole light source for this video right now. But before we get to that, I'm just going to move this around my head so you guys can see the different kinds of light that you can get from a secondary light like this as opposed to your key light. And coming all the way around to the front, you can see that it brightens up my face. A lot of people use this kind of lighting with a video to really isolate the subject, which is pretty good for talking head kind of stuff. I'm going to go ahead and turn off my main key light and see how this does on its own as a key light. So you can see it's a little bit more direct, and I can change the color temperature here. That's way orange. We'll just go right back to the middle here. I'm going to kind of tilt it sideways a little bit, and you can see it's still a little direct. You can see my shadow behind my head. And kind of tilt it over. It's a little direct. This may be the look you're going for, which in that case this light would work great, but it's a little too direct to have a nice softbox effect. There is a diffuser piece of plastic over the front of the light, which diffuses the light some, but not as much as a softbox would. So let's play with some of the brightness real quick. That's hard to look at. I don't know anybody that would do this, but this is kind of no, that's too bright. No, it's too dark. All right, but turning it all the way down, the camera corrects the exposure, and I think it looks pretty good. But back to the full key light. And now we're back to the key light as well as this light here, adding some fill. And you can see it's a little bit of a softer glow with the lights. There's no shadow behind me. So this light may have a more particular purpose than being a main key light, unless that's the look you're actually going for. Now, for a few different things I use this light for. I use this light to add a little bit of effect to my videos with the lighting, like we've already talked about. I use this light for some product photography for Local Stature, which is my wife's business. It really helps to fill in the shadows and add to the Photoshopability of a picture that's taken on a white background. I've also used this light as a flashlight to go into my attic, to go out and get something out of my car when it's dark, because it actually comes with a handle that you can use. It's got a 1/4-20 thread on it. So you just screw it right on in there, and you have got a Lightsaber video light or a flashlight to go get stuff out of your car. With the handle, you can take it out onto a photo shoot with an assistant and have him adjust the lighting as you're framing the shot, so you can get the lighting just right if you're taking portraits or shooting any kind of photography really that you want light added to. I suppose that if you wanted to, you could take the light by the handle, go running around in a field in the dark, do some long exposure photography, and really try and get creative with it. It is powered by one of the standard Sony batteries that you can find everywhere, which comes with dozens of camera accessories. But it does come with a 9-volt input as well as an adapter, so you can power it from an outlet so you don't have to go through these batteries all the time. I've actually had 0 problems at all with this light. The battery works great. I've had some lights that try and draw too much juice from the battery cuts out, and then you have to charge up the battery again. Might be a faulty battery, but I did it to 2 different batteries that I had. This I've had 0 issues with. The handle feels just a little sketchy because it is just a 1/4 thread, but I haven't had any problems with that loosening up or breaking off or anything like that. Even through the extensive lightsaber fights that I've had, I haven't had any lightsaber fights. But the general build quality, it is made mostly out of aluminum, plastic on the front, aluminum caps on the end. In general, it's a well put together light. And it's got a variety of uses because it is so low profile, and you can put it in lots of different places, use it handheld, use it battery powered, plug it in, do all kinds of different things with a light like this. But with that much flexibility and a light that is this convenient and this bright and this well put together, comes with a little bit of a price tag, and it is $160, I believe. Let me check on that now. $160, I was right. So while it's not very cheap, it does have lots of uses, and it seems to be performing like a very high quality product. I've actually been using this light for around 4 months now, so I've had quite an extensive time with it, and I'm absolutely thrilled with it. My wife uses it to take pictures that she needs for Instagram and stuff, and this is her go-to light. She prefers this one over any of the ones that require plugs or stands or anything like that. She can just grab it off the tripod, flip it on, light what she needs to light. So it's super convenient. I've been very impressed, and if you guys are interested in more information about it, there's going to be links down in the description to it. And if you like this video, give it a like, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I've got some cool ideas for some videos coming up. I'm going to try and start uploading more regularly. I know I've been slacking a little bit, but I will be ramping up here soon. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.